Got it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We have our host, Zach Guzik, Matt, who I don't know if I've met before, but hi. I'm Liam, still here. And today we're going to be going over some brackets for the wildcard round. Gonna put our input in for the first few games, and we'll see what happens.
Matt, you want to lead us off with the first matchup then?
Sure. Yeah. We'll first say that the first seed is the Titans, so they obviously have a bye this weekend from the AFC. But the first matchup we'll talk about is Steelers number 7 at the number 2 Chiefs. It's going to be Chiefs at home, Steelers going into Arrowhead. This is going to be a tough one, I think. And anytime you go into Arrowhead, it is, because that is probably the loudest place to play in the entire NFL. Zach, what do you think?
Wow, you're just gonna slate the Seattle Seahawks like that?
Yeah,
man, the Seahawks ain't got no fans this season. They suck. All right. I mean, we saw what the Chiefs did to the Steelers, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, however long it was. It was an absolute massacre, and the exact same thing is going to happen again. The Steelers' offense is still booty. Najee Harris has carried them the entire season, and I don't see any possible way that the combination of TJ Watt and Micah Fitzpatrick carrying that defense, stopping the Chiefs' offense, especially now that they're in gear again. So this is going to be an easy wipe, in my opinion, for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I had a similar thought. The only thing that I think could possibly keep them in the game, keep the Steelers in the game, is the defense. But like you said, the Chiefs are back in playoff form, and I think they're just gonna roll. Travis Kelce is still huge. Tyreek Hill is still faster than almost everybody. So I feel like if Mahomes plays like he's been playing, that's just gonna be an easy W.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of in agreement here that the Chiefs are kind of going to take this one pretty easily. I mean, it's just the Steelers. First off, for me, it's you look at Roethlisberger and the guy was great for so long, but he's reached that age where he's declining a lot very fast, and I don't think that they can keep pace with the Chiefs, because I think the only way that you beat the Chiefs is you have to have a good defense, which, mind you, the Steelers have a decent defense, but you have to be able to keep pace with the offense with them, because once you fall behind, it's game over. And I don't think that Roethlisberger, even with Najee Harris, can keep that pace. I mean, their receivers have been not good this year. You saw a decline in Juju Smith-Schuster and Deontay Johnson. I don't think that they have the weapons to win this game, especially not in Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So then we can move on to the next game. On my bracket here, I have the 6-seeded Patriots at the number 3 Bills playing in Orchard Park. Third matchup this season. The team split this season 1-1. Pretty shitty conditions and a pretty shitty loss to the Patriots at home. Then the Bills went there a few weeks later, got it done. Big win just to keep us ahead of the Patriots and, keep pace into getting into a good seed in the playoffs. So this is most likely going to be a close game again, I think. I don't really think there's a chance of a blowout here unless one team just has the slowest start ever in the first quarter. But for me, I do personally have the Bills beating the Patriots. The Patriots have surprised a lot of people this season, including myself. I did not expect them to do as well as they did. I definitely expected them to do better than they did the season prior, but I did not expect them to do this good with how many new pieces they brought in and, Mac Jones being a rookie QB and all that. But he's been amazing this season. Their defense has still been really good. I know they have a few older players, but they came back after, not playing for a season, and they've been huge too. So it's definitely going to be a close game, but I do see the Bills winning in the end.
I would agree here. I don't know. I think that the Bills, like you said, I think this is going to be a close game. If I had to give you like a score prediction, I honestly think it's going to be like 21-18. And I am concerned about the game coming in. Like we have our biases showing a little bit as Bills fans here picking the Bills, but to be honest, I'm not as confident as most Bills fans are right now. Like a lot of people think that we're just going to get this game done no matter what. And I think back to the first time we met them this year, right? I mean, the second game, yeah, we won that game. Josh Allen was great in that game. He pulled this team to victory. But in that first game, with the winning conditions, I understand that you're not going to have those conditions again today. But at the same time, the Patriots didn't even need to throw the ball on us. Like our rush defense has been so rough this year. Despite our defense being number one overall, the rush defense hasn't been good. And if they are able to get their running backs going early, take that pressure off of Mac Jones, it's going to open up the doors a little bit for the Patriots. However, with that being said, I do think that Mac Jones, I wouldn't say he's hit a wall. Like I'm not the biggest Mac Jones fan in the world. And I'm not scared of Mac Jones, but I also think that he has the tools to be a decent quarterback in the NFL. And I think that even though they've slid the past couple weeks a little bit, he's still, if he, like I said, get that run game going early, takes the pressure off of Mac Jones, maybe it starts opening up, defense starts creeping up a little bit more to try and stop the run. Here you go, 10 yards here, 20 yards here. They get into field goal range. They're at least coming away with 3 points every time. The Bills are they're going to have to be spot on offense today. And the rush defense has to be there no matter what. The pass defense has been good against them, but again, the rush defense has to be there to get that win.
Yeah, and to touch up on your point too, like you said, if they get the run game going, then it takes all the pressure off Mac Jones. I was looking at some keys to the game from like different analysts. Almost all of them had as like different points that Mac Jones is a rookie QB and he's going to feel the playoff pressure. So if we're able to keep that pressure on him and we keep the scoring going, we have to keep running up the score, then that forces them, especially once you get later in the game, to stop relying on the run game that they've relied on heavily this season and start going to the pass. And then if that's the case, if he's trying to lead a comeback, we've seen him make mistakes when he's trying to lead a comeback. So if we can force that again, then it's only going to work in our favor.
Right.
So I just looked it up, right? The Steelers, just to go back real quick, the Steelers defense is ranked 20. So they are not very up there as of late. So just to prove that point. But yeah, I was looking at stats and stuff. The Bills are 0-5 in 1-score games, and they are 11-0 in games where they win by, and they win when they win absolutely massive, basically. I think the lowest was 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, if the Bills can get out of the start block and put up points in the first quarter, like 10, maybe 10, if they could put up 10 points in the first quarter, I think that's a good start. I could see a 23-20, but like as I said, the close games are not their strong suit. So I would really hope that it ends up maybe like 27 18, maybe 27 17, around there.
Yeah,
that's definitely something where I would be more comfortable as a Bills fan, knowing what the track record is, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, for me, it's more of like, not as a team, the Bills team is like got the talent. They're like clearly the favorite, but Bill Belichick as a coach just scares me. I think that, he's going to have some sort of plan and just prepared for either late game or from the start that'll like mess with us.
Mm-hmm. Right. The two things too that I think are going to be key in this game also, and it's not necessarily a shot, but the Bills' clock management this season has not been good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really frustrating for me watching the games when I see it, even in the first half. McDermott will call a timeout with 3:23 left and we don't even have possession of the ball. And it's frustrating. They're going to have to take the timeouts at the right time. You don't want to burn them early. You don't want to burn them at the wrong time. And the other thing too, obviously everybody in Buffalo knows it. Everybody in the national media knows it. I think Devin Singletary is going to be a huge part of this game.
Yeah.
The Bills have to get the run going in this game because the Patriots haven't had the best rush defense. But at the same time, it's not just about the Patriots rush defense or us rushing the ball. It's more or less about when our offense is out there, Josh Allen can rip off big plays. He can take off 20, 30 yards on a chunk at any time, right? But that's only going to take 20 to 30 seconds off the clock. You want to be able to run the clock and keep the Patriots off the field as much as possible. So as much as I want to see Josh Allen doing his thing tonight, rushing, throwing the ball, it'd be great to see. I want the Bills to do it with a healthy mix of, okay, well, we just ripped off 25 yards here. Let's slow things down a little bit. Let's go 2 rushes with Singletary, pick up 2 first downs. We'll eat some time off the clock, keep Mac Jones on the sideline.
Yeah, definitely. And like in the past like 2-3 games, Singletary's really showed up big. And like I know Zach and I have talked about this multiple times, but he's a positive yard back where he just like almost never gets sent backwards. So like I just don't understand why sometimes they want to just like throw it for like 3 times when he can easily pick up 3 to 5 yards basically on every rush.
Right.
So you can
I wouldn't even use him just on rushing. I mean, you saw in the game against the Patriots in Foxborough, there was a lot of check down plays to Singletary. I thought those were huge in that game. And you're going to need.
There was a lot of check down plays in that game. Not even like just a general.
Right.
But I'm curious to see how J.C. Jackson and Stefon Diggs interaction goes this time.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched the last episode when we talked about them, I'm a huge component or a huge proprietor of making fun of J.C. Jackson and all the supporters he has, because everyone seems to think that every year he's going to lock up Stefon Diggs, and he's a great corner. Don't get me wrong. He's been great and he's been getting better, but he clearly cannot hang with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
The one thing I do want to say, though, is I saw this morning, I'm not sure who said it. Somebody from ESPN, though, seems to have found out something. Who knows if it's true or not, but they seem to think that Bill Belichick is actually double covering Diggs with J.C. Jackson and another corner tonight. So they expect that, like guys like Gabe Davis and Cole Beasley to have bigger games. I wouldn't expect Diggs to get a lot of targets if he is double covered.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that, but I think that Gabe Davis showed us that he's NFL ready from last season. I mean, he's still got some stuff to work on, but for the most part, if Josh Allen can find him, he'll make the catch. And, like Beasley, he's one of the best slot receivers in the NFL right now, even at his age. So, yeah, I mean, if they double cover Diggs, then, I mean, it's obviously a curse, but it could end up being a little bit of a blessing too. So,
I absolutely think it's a blessing because we know Daboll and the Bills love to run 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. And I think that you double cover Stefon Diggs, sure, you might take him away the entire game. But I think Bill Belichick's smarter than that. I think he knows that this Bills receiver group, you have to respect them more because you have Stefon Diggs as your 1. You have Gabriel Davis as your 2. You have Cole Beasley in the slot. And now you have Sanders coming back in the lineup. Plus you have McKenzie, who we don't know what capacity he'll be used in today. But last time he played the Patriots, he absolutely torched them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something that to keep in mind with that being said.
Yeah. So I guess we can move on to the next game then. Ironically, as we're recording this game is starting right now as we start talking about them. It's the 5-seed Raiders at the 4-seed Bengals in Cincinnati, right?
Yep.
Yes, it's in Cincinnati.
So I mean, personally, I did not think the Raiders were going to make the playoffs, but
No.
wow, what a game that was against the Chargers last week.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was.
I have no words for that game.
I have an insane. That was nuts to watch. But I don't hate the Raiders as a franchise. They're one of those teams where I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, they're there. But with the way the Bengals have been playing right now, there is no chance I see their secondary stopping the Bengals offense right now. Not a chance. I think their rush defense isn't the worst. Max Crosby is an animal coming off the edge.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Joe Mixon in his own right is a very good back. And so the Raiders offense is good enough to keep pace, but their defense is not good enough to stop them. And so for that reason, I'm taking the Bengals for sure.
Yeah. I think this game is going to be a shootout personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be like one of the higher scoring games of the wild card weekend, but at the same time, I completely agree with you. Like there's not a lot of games that I am very confident in a certain winner. This is one of them. I'm really confident in Cincinnati in this game just because the way that Joe Burrow has played, not only the past couple of games, like you said, this whole season and his rookie season. I mean, this kid he's got it, right? And he, I mean, come on, granted the Ravens aren't what they used to be, but he went out and torched the Ravens for 500 yards. That's insane. And I just think that that's another team with another receiving core that you have to respect. And it's so hard to cover everyone. You got Tyler Boyd, you've got T Higgins, you've got Jamar Chase. And it's to me, it's one of those matchups that it's hard to defend. And then you also, like you said, you've got Joe Mixon, who I think is overlooked greatly as a running back. Like he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Well, maybe if he didn't hit his girlfriend at McDonald's, then
Well, I mean on the field.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about T Higgins and Jamar Chase all day, but all in all, I think we've basically come to the same conclusion that Cincinnati's going to win this game. So.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty much in agreement here on all these AFC games so far.
So far, yeah. This is where it gets tough, though.
I know the NFC is nuts.
The NFC is a toss up in at least two of these games.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So yeah, to transition over to the NFC side of the bracket, just to touch, the Green Bay Packers got the number 1 seed at a record of 13-4, I believe.
Insane.
So they again played lights out. Aaron Rodgers in contention for MVP again. They've been insane all year. Their defense honestly was very bad in the first couple of weeks of the season, but they picked it up and they are disgusting now. They've been playing very, very well. Even Kevin King learned how to play football. So now their defense is rolling. So so they're the 1 seed, and then next up we've got the Philadelphia Eagles, the 7 seed at Tampa Bay, who got the 2 seed. Tampa Bay, did they also finish 13-4, I think?
I think so, yeah.
I'm very close to that if they're not exactly there.
I'll look it up.
I think they did. It's either that or it's 12-5. It's one of the two.
Yeah. 13-4.
13-4, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they played lights out again. Definitely I think favored by a lot of people to go back and repeat in the Super Bowl. I was looking at the matchup stats. Apparently, this is the number 1 passing offense versus the number 1 rushing offense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't been keeping much tabs on Philly, although I should have been because they've been a bit of a dark horse all season. I mean,
yeah, no kidding.
They lost a couple games they probably should have won, but they've also won a lot of games that people did not think they would win. So they've done well. I know they're only in the 7th seed, but I mean, on the NFC side of the bracket, I feel like there's always a harder. It's harder to decide who's actually going to win those games. But that being said, there's no shot the Eagles beat the Buccaneers. I mean,
No shot.
The Buccaneers, they don't have very many wide receivers right now. Antonio Brown walked off the field. Mike Evans is hurt, I think, still.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Godwin's out for the season. So they're gonna have to rely on. They got Mike Evans, and then they got their tight ends their tight end corp is pretty good, but they got a lot of I guess lesser ability, for lack of a better term, receivers. They can still get the job done. They've proven they can get the job done. But I mean, even that Brady doesn't need star wide receivers. You've seen what he's done in New England with not very good players. He's made them into good players just through the way the offense has been run. And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure Fournette just got reactivated. So I think he's
no, Fournette didn't. It was no, it was Giovanni Bernard.
Okay.
Who's still a good back.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
he's serviceable, so he'll be back then. Ronald Jones is still active, I believe. I mean, I think if he is still active, I think he kind of got disrespected with Fournette coming in. I mean, Fournette's definitely better in my opinion, but Ronald Jones did play very well.
Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
You said?
Yeah.
No, he's still out.
Oh, he's still out. Okay.
Yes.
I forget the name of the other guy that's been playing recently.
I couldn't tell you. They've gone through so many.
They also have Le'Veon Bell too.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Who's kind of washed now, but I think he got a touchdown in the last game. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. The Bucs defense is still very good, and coupled with the offense they have, I see them making a deep run again. And yeah, I've got the Buccaneers winning this matchup.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly note the Buccaneers played the Eagles during the regular season, and the game finished 28-22 in the Buccaneers' favor. So
it was a close game.
It was a closer game than I expected.
I think this game is going to be a lot different. I don't know. Just something about playoff Tom Brady. Just, you could be close in the regular season with Brady all you want, and then the playoffs come and it's a different ball game. Like you said, with the injuries, it's hard. I think a lot of people are looking at that really hard right now. Like, I don't know. Tampa's banged up. I mean, they're still good, but they're banged up. Who knows? But I see them being a team that, if they end up in the NFC Championship game again, it's not a surprise at all.
Yeah.
But again, you hit a lot of the points, but I don't know. You talk about the number one pass offense and the number one rush offense. Even though the Eagles are really good at rushing, and I think that today Jalen Hurts is going to be running for his life, or tomorrow, sorry. But I think with Shaquille Barrett and Devin White, and all of these guys on the Tampa defensive line, I just think that they're going to get to Hurts, and it's going to shut down their whole game, and they're going to be doing a lot of rushing, not a lot of passing, and it's just going to get shut down. It's going to it's going to take time off the clock, but Brady's so efficient that he doesn't need a whole lot of time on the field to make things happen. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, is Jason Pierre-Paul still on the Bucs? Okay.
Yeah, he's still on the Bucs too.
Yeah.
So I was looking through the Cowboys losses, and they wait, what did I say? The Eagles losses, and so they got lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Giants, Chargers, Raiders, Bucks, Chiefs, Cowboys, 49ers.
So all teams that are pass offenses right now.
Yeah,
basically.
And teams you would expect them to lose to as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they basically won games against teams you expect them to beat, like the Lions, the Jets, the Falcons. So, so you want to just move on to what I think is going to be an upset is San Francisco at the 6th seed and Dallas at the 3 seed.
Okay.
I see San Fran winning this game. I'm going to be honest.
Okay. I could respond. I could see it. What's kind of your stance on why they would win?
I honestly, it's just a feeling right now.
Okay.
I feel like Dallas always has this is our year, and I mean, you get basically with their division, they should have basically 6 free wins because they're playing dog water teams.
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, they put up a lot of points, so it's definitely going to be something to look out for. But I think just San Fran is not some pushover.
Right.
Like they're not the Washington football team. They're not the Giants. Like you have to put up points, and did they just beat the Rams?
I think so. I'm not sure though.
The Rams do have a loss in the last couple of weeks. I don't remember who it was to though.
Yeah.
49ers beat the Rams in the last game of the season in OT.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because the 49ers had to win that game to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know. Looking at they beat the Rams twice. They lost to the Cards, lost to the Colts, lost to the Cards again. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with San Fran over Dallas.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Zach, who are you thinking of this game? You were Cowboys, right?
Yeah, I did go with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at it. Honestly, I haven't been keeping tabs with the Cowboys at all. I just know they've had a really good passing offense this year. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ezekiel Elliott was also over 1,000 yards rushing, which I did not realize that he was actually like being that efficient, because every game I saw or I caught a glimpse of, it seemed like he wasn't doing that much and they were just passing the ball that much. So to see that, I mean, I know they set some record in the league too to have like the first player with over 4,000 passing yards on a team, over 10 interceptions, over 10 sacks and something else, and over 1,000 rushing yards. So,
Right.
I mean, they've been playing very well both on offense and defense. I mean, in my opinion, I think Trevon Diggs is a little overrated. He gets a lot of mallards just launched out there like a clay pigeon to him. But I mean, that being said, you still got to catch the ball. So having over 10 interceptions is still extremely impressive.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been very good in the coverage. I think he's let up the most yards by a corner in the NFL. But he still does make clutch plays for them. So I'm not going to shit.
I can tell you, he plays like a receiver. So he basically, from what I've seen, just like sits there and baits the throw and then just tries to pick it off. Like the coverage is not very good. He's just, like, the goal is to like get the quarterback to throw at him so he can like pick him off.
He's going for the interception or he's getting torched.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, to touch up on Micah Parsons, in my opinion, I was looking at the comparisons. I do think TJ Watt deserves Defensive Player of the Year. It's not far off. I think Micah Parsons is very close. But if Micah Parsons doesn't get Defensive Rookie of the Year, then the league has to be rigged. Like, somebody has to be rigging ballots in the front office. Because he has been unreal.
Hold on, now this is the same league that said Josh Allen isn't a Pro Bowl quarterback. So
that's true.
I had to throw that out there.
But yeah, I mean, Micah Parsons has been nuts off the edge. The Cowboys they've been making it work this season. I mean, you can't make memes on him this season because the way they've been playing, it actually could be their year if they keep it up. Right. So, I'm not going to start shitting on the Cowboys until they lose. Then I'll just go hop on Instagram and look at all the crying faces.
Yeah, right.
But no, I do have the Cowboys winning this game. Like you said, the 49ers are a good team. They're not to be taken lightly. I just think right now the Cowboys are better. I mean, they just lost Michael Gallup, which is unfortunate, but they do still have CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper.
Yeah, right. I think the key for if they're going to win the game is for Amari Cooper to be just like play how he can play. Because I feel like in a lot of games that they didn't win, he was just like non-existent.
Yeah.
So I think if they can get him into the into the game and like actually use him, might be a whole different story for them.
Yeah, he's very, it seems, hot and cold. He either has a really good game where he's got like 7 receptions for 100 yards, or he's got 3 catches for 26 yards. Yeah, like you said, he has to get targeted and he has to be making plays because he's an unreal route runner too. Like, I think people still disrespect him a little bit and don't give him a lot of credit, but he is also an unreal route runner and he still has the speed to just burn guys. So, yeah, it'll be a good matchup to see. It'll be good football.
Yeah, I think I got to go with you, Zach. This is these next 2 games are the hardest picks I had in wildcard weekend, but I do think that the Cowboys are just going to have that little bit of an edge, like you said. I've never been that much of a Dak and Zeke fan. I never really liked either one of them that much. But I got to give it to Dak this year. He's playing really good. And then Zeke Elliott to compliment him has just been it's been a great combination for them. So I think that the Cowboys are going to edge it. And my concern is with the 49ers is not their offense or their defense necessarily. It's actually the quarterback position. I just think that Jimmy G is going to get outplayed. I don't think that he's going to be able to do enough to get his team to win.
I can definitely see that.
For sure.
Like I said, I just got a feeling on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We should.
Oh, no, I definitely could see it happening. I can see it happening. My gut right now tells me that I'm going to give the upper hand to the Cowboys. But this is the first, I think this is the first game we've had a discrepancy on.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, this next one might cause one too. So
yeah, I think so.
Now moving on to the final matchup of wildcard weekend, we've got the number 5 seed Cardinals visiting the number 4 seed Rams. Matt, who's winning for you? Who's your choice here?
So this was really tough. And honestly, I thought coming into making my pick, I was going to be a little biased with Kyler Murray as my fantasy quarterback this year. But I got to go with the Rams. And it's nothing against the Cardinals. I just think that the Rams I think to me, this game is going to come down to who can stay the calmest under pressure. And for me, I think it's going to be the Rams because you have Matt Stafford, who granted, me and Zach talked about it before the podcast. He's got an 0-3-1 record in the playoffs. That came with a bad Detroit Lions team. And he was the reason that every year the Detroit Lions had 8 wins. Like they were easily could have been a 2-win team with another quarterback.
But, like this season, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's what I thought. It just goes to show how much a difference Matt Stafford made to that team.
Oh, absolutely. He never got the respect across the league that he deserved. And I always thought he was a very consistent, good quarterback. Just that type of guy that, no, he's not going to get you 15 wins probably. But he's definitely going to be a guy that every year you could count on for 9, 10, 11 wins, get you in the playoffs, maybe go a little further than you thought. Mm-hmm. But I think that with him, with Cooper Kupp playing the way he's played this year, you got Odell Beckham, who I believe is playing, I believe still.
I think so, yeah.
And, some good running backs with the Rams. I think they have a very complete roster. I think their defense has played good this year. And I think, like I said, here's how the game's going to go for me. It's going to be close, but the Rams are going to put pressure on Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's going to try and scramble out of the pocket like he always does, but he's going to get caught this time. And that's what's going to kind of lead to the downfall of the Cardinals to me. And just the amount of sliding that they've done this year after such a hot start, it kind of rubs me wrong. And it scares me heading into the playoffs. Like, they can definitely get it together. But for me, I got to go Rams here.
Yeah. Does Jalen Ramsey have a pick?
Oh, I think he does. I think he gets one.
So
I agree.
let's see, because D-Hop's out for the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still have Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk, I think, is a little underrated. Personally.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, the Cardinals receiving core though, unless they got some people back, it's a little banged up right now too. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I could probably tell you what their injury report was.
Yeah, I'll just quickly go over my thought process, I suppose. So yeah, likewise, I had Matt Stafford as a fantasy quarterback. And this game was hard for me because the last like 3-4 games of the season, Matt Stafford played like dog. He threw like 3 to 4 interceptions a game and just like couldn't get anything going. He had like 200 yards or something. And they basically like put Sony Michel put them on their back. So there was a lot of going back and forth between this where I was like, can they turn it around? Can they not? But if you look at some of the big games from the beginning of the season, they went into Tampa Bay and won that game. So I think that in this situation, that they can pull it out. Matt Stafford's been to the playoffs before. He knows he shouldn't feel as much pressure. I mean, obviously Kyler Murray went last year.
Was it last year or 2 years ago?
I don't remember now.
Rookie for what?
One was Murray in the playoffs last.
I think it was the same year that the D-Hop catch happened on the Bills.
Okay, so that would have been last year then.
I think so.
Okay. Just quickly too, while you guys are looking that up, the game injury report coming from the Cardinals Twitter, they have listed as questionable only James Conner with a rib injury, Rondale Moore ankle, Jordan Phillips knee, Justin Pugh calf, Jonathan Ward knee, and Marco Wilson with the shoulder.
Okay.
And this is a Monday night game too, so they've got a little bit more time to heal up. They did have practice today too, and there was only, I want to say they only had 2 or 3 guys that were limited. Everybody else was full go.
Right.
What?
Oh no, the Cardinals did not make the playoffs last year either.
Yeah, they haven't made the playoffs since 2015.
Was that one that came down to the last game of the year? Is that why I'm thinking they were in the playoffs? Okay.
So Kyler Murray has no playoff experience.
No.
Right.
And he runs like a toddler. So I just think that Aaron Donald and the defense of the Rams is gonna give him some trouble, and I think that the Rams with some older players and some more I guess like a playoff oriented quarterback, I think they got it.
Yeah, I would agree. And the other thing too is, as much as the Cardinals coaching staff has been good, I just think Sean McVay is a great coach. I think he's gonna dial something up good against Cardinals.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
I really Sean McVay is a very good coach in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are getting J.J. Watt back though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but how much do you think J.J. Watt's going to impact that game?
I mean, he's a little washed now, but
yeah, I mean, and the other thing is he's got to stay healthy that whole game too.
True.
So,
I mean, if they have both of them coming, both him and Chandler Jones coming off the edge, it could prove to be a difference.
Right.
Yeah, but all right. So those are our selections for Wildcard weekend. Then next week we will go over the divisional.
Yeah.
We'll talk about those matchups. We'll discuss what happened in the Wildcard weekend. We'll give our predictions for the next round of games, and then for that we'll be predicting the conference championship games. So
Yeah.
um,
Big game tonight too, boys. 7:00. Go Sabres in Detroit, huh? Oh, everybody in Buffalo is gonna be tuning in for that, right?
Oh my God, they're gonna have
an hour ahead of a playoff game for football.
Yeah, for real, they're gonna have a whole 4 fans in that stadium.
Well, it's in Detroit, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Everyone's forgot about Buffalo now. Then.
Yeah.
I got the Bills got to win this game though. I got a fucking margarita fishbowl wager on this thing. This
Oh.
It's a big ass.
I thought you learned your lesson wagering sports last time.
Well, the last time I bet on the Bills winning, the first time I bet on the Bills winning this year was the shitty game in Orchard Park. So I lost.
Yeah, not a good one to pick.
Hey, I was there for that.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no. I mean, tonight's gonna be really cold, but at least it's not gonna be as windy.
Yeah. I know. Here in Potsdam, it's -12 right now.
I think we're rocking a solid 3 where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Just south of Buffalo here.
So if nobody else has anything else to say, then I guess I'll close it out here.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah,
real quick. Just for the Bills Patriots games.
Yeah.
We got from Caesars Sportsbook. The over under 43. What are we thinking on that, boys?
I'm going over.
Going over 43. All right.
Yeah, over 43.
I think I'm gonna say over as well.
I think I gotta go over. I don't think it's gonna be my much, but I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
over
it's gonna be close. That's a really close bet, but yeah.
I would be surprised if the Bills don't put up at least 20 points.
Yeah.
So thinking that, and that people think it's gonna be a close game, 20-20, it seems like an easy choice for me to make.
Hopefully I don't manifest something right now, but I just.
Oh no! I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, we won't say it. I'll keep the
Don't
talk.
do it. You can text it to me after the game. Don't do it now.
Right. I won't say shit. But yeah, all right. So if we got nothing else to talk about, then I guess we can sign off here. I know we all gotta go get in the game mood, get game ready, get prepared for it. I'm going to cook dinner right now, and then I'm gonna watch the game. So I'll be keeping tabs on the Vegas Bengals game. I think last I checked, it was just 3-0 the score. So
it is 7-3.
Okay, so nothing's really happening. Joe Burrow has already thrown like 4 times to Jamar Chase. So.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I'll be watching that. We'll be watching that. We'll be back next week with the divisional round. We'll recap the wild card weekend and see how all that stuff went. So thank you very much. Check out the socials. We got an Instagram. We're now on Spotify. We also got a YouTube channel.
I think we got to start a TikTok, hey?
Maybe if you want to start.
Juju Smith-Schuster started a TikTok for the podcast.
Hey, it could be fun. So check us out on the socials. All the support's appreciated. Tell your friends, expand our audience. Trying to make some money here, right? We can't do that unless we get 50 viewers at least on Spotify. So tell everyone about us, all right? We're selling out.
Yeah, you're selling out your soul right now.
But thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good.